Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are doing the mental health video. We are raising an awareness for a very good cause. If you are in a situation where you have, mental health disorders such as ADD, ADHD, anxiety, depression, autism, or you're on the spectrum for any sort of reason, we are here to raise an awareness and let you know that you are not in it alone. We all go through these kind of situations, whether or not we do or don't have these symptoms. We all go through it, whether you're suffering from a loss or just in general your emotions are getting the better of you. And we're here raising awareness, and we're here with you. So if you're suffering from any of that, this is the video for you, and I definitely suggest a lot of people to see this because we are here trying to help you through it. That being said, I am joined by my very good friend and fellow YouTuber Zavien. Zavien, introduce yourself, tell them what, a little bit about your life, and tell them what you do on your channel.
Hi, I'm Zavien. I've been friends with Kate since January of 2020, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we've been good friends since then. And basically what I do on my channel, I do vlogs, gaming videos, react to things, and unbox things. And pretty much, so you can subscribe to me if you want. And I think you'll enjoy my content. Don't you think so, Kaden?
Yeah, I definitely suggest you guys to go subscribe to his channel, Zavien's channel. I'll put it right here, spell it just like that. Should pop right up. He has amazing content. He has a huge heart, and he's really putting his inspiration and his enthusiasm, and he has a lot of optimism for his channel. So I really suggest you guys go check it out. I think you'll really enjoy it. But basically what we're going to do, we're going to break down some facts about, what we know and what you may know about autism, anxiety, ADHD, ADD, all the, symptoms and everything. And and then we're going to share a little bit about our lives, what we went through and how we got through it. So I'm going to pull up the first diagram right here. Alright guys, so here we have a diagram of, the cycle of depression. As you can see, depression usually causes sleep insomnia. Your brain gets tired, it kind of is insufficient and it needs rest and repair because you're just staying up all night, sleeping all day, you don't get anything done, and you wake up exhausted all the time, and you're always worrying about something. That's definitely where the anxiety kicks in, and in general, it's not a good thing. So basically, Zavien, if you ever experienced anything like this, depression, otherwise?
Yeah, basically, like 12 years ago, my aunt, she passed away from pneumonia, and me and her were like very close, and the things I love today is because of her and stuff. So, and she basically helped my whole family.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you guys miss her. Rest in peace. Very sorry for that loss. And what did you do to kind of get out of that sadness that you were in after the passing?
I honestly, it didn't start getting to me until 2021, so I was fine until then. Then just this one night I cried about it.
It's a very hard thing to recover from a loss. I mean, that's one of the beauties of life, one of things to look back and remember why life is so precious, because you only live it once and it doesn't last forever. So that's kind of a way to think of things and be happy that they had a happy life. And that's another way to come out of loss and, the depression you gain from loss, is just to realize that they had a good life. They only live it once. No matter what, being surpassed was inevitable. So just remember the good stuff. Remember why you love them and why they loved you. And just remember that they had a precious life to live before they passed. I see that as a way. I haven't had any major losses in my life, but, seeing that from your point of view, Zavien, that's what I think about trying to get out of that. Is that pretty correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and pull up the next diagram or mock kids with autism because maybe, how they look, how they act, and how they think of things, but they mostly have a precious gift along with that, and that is being intellectually smart. And most autistic kids, they do some really articulate things and they love puzzle games, and they're just so intellectual. Like, it's, for some people, especially people who mock them or make fun of, it's hard to see. But with a person with a kind heart that can actually, come from that area, and just in general, if you can try to find that kindness inside of you to level with a person like that, you really should, because it's not all bad. Zavien, you have any experiences with bullying or anything like that?
Well, last semester, I had this friend. I thought he was like a really nice person, but I was wrong. And then this one day I was watching a video of the train at Dollywood in class. For some reason, I wasn't able to turn down my volume. I don't know what was going on with my laptop. And he got mad. I said, "Are you mad at me?" And he's like, "I told you to turn that thing down like millions of times." And I was like, well, I wasn't able to fix it. My volume thing was broken, and he didn't believe me. And I explained to him that I have autism, and he didn't care. He didn't care to hear anything, and he told me I don't need to watch trains. They're not a part of my life, and I find that just pretty rude.
How did you get out of that bullying stage? How did you realize that none of that mattered? You are you, and if nobody likes who you are, you should just move on. What made you realize that?
Basically, like, it's hard to explain, but I just move on, Caden, pretty much, and he blocked me, so like I haven't talked to him ever since then.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the next diagram. This is a diagram for ASD. It basically shows all the symptoms that I kind of explained, ADHD symptoms, anxiety, and it's a really, really tough thing to live with, but eventually you can come out of that. Such as the most instigator for me is relationships. You know, you're growing up, you want to start a relationship with somebody, but the world has become a dark place with a ton of toxic kids who don't completely understand how to be a real human being anymore. So that, and also loss of family, and just in general, these emotions can overtake you for no reason. That's, you know, part of crippling depression, hereditary depression, whatever it may be, anxiety, and it makes you worry. And you know, sometimes being in public, surrounded by people, that can stimulate your anxiety. A lot of things can make you anxious. So what I found to get out of that was skateboarding. For me, it was skateboarding because I could just go out into a quiet space alone, watch the sunset, and skateboard. And just truly find what makes you happy and what makes you calm down, like drawing, video games, skateboarding. In my free time, I listen to music and I just settle down for a second and think about things. And sometimes being sad does kind of help with it. You just think about the happy things, and it's more of tears of joy than tears of thinking about how negative things are. Zavien, do you relate to any of that?
Like what I like to do.
Yeah, to, like, you know, cope with the world and, you know, the negativity that is and always probably will be out there.
Well, basically, pretty much, like, during my free time, I like to watch videos of the train at Dollywood, and I like to draw pictures of them and stuff, pretty much, and I like to talk to my friends and stuff that really actually care for me.
So for you, it's friends, and then, you know, seeing something, visualizing it, and drawing. Those are really good coping mechanisms, as well as, you know, my coping mechanisms. Those are ways to, you know, kind of come out of it. There was a lot of school bullying that went around for me, and that didn't really stimulate my anxiety or depression, but it still was a huge problem. And my way to get out of that was, you know, what Zavien said. You just move on. You realize if those people don't like who you are, you just move on with your life. And, you know, clearly those bullies, they're not in the right mind. If they truly didn't like you, they would just stop talking to you and walk away. But the people who want to pick on you, they just want to belittle you and just make you feel like the smaller person. What you have to do is come out of that and realize you're not the smaller person they are. Clearly, you affected them because that's the reason why they won't stop picking on you. Just got to realize that you shouldn't care about any of that. You got a future ahead of you and a really big career if you really put your heart into it. So, you know, them doing that has nothing to do with your life and what your life could be and will be. Is there things that you, like, what do you think of to try to get out of those situations with, you know, bullying, loss, or, you know, just in general?
Mostly, I just walk away, pretty much.
Is there any other situations that you want to share and how you got out of it?
Well, not really.
All right. Do you want to maybe show me some of the information that you pulled up?
So, I pulled up common symptoms of autism, useful information, latest health articles, content easy to read, quality information, content, get advice on your health, wellness, and fitness news, information with photos. And I found another one down here. The range of severity of symptoms can vary widely. Common symptoms include difficulty in communication, difficulty with social repeated behaviors. So that's all I have.
Actually, that does bring me a very good point to the socializing, because anxiety does kind of affect, actually affects socializing a lot. For me, anyways, I've been homeschooled ever since the pandemic, and that's damaged my socializing, plus the anxiety on top of that, and it's a very tough spot. But, you know, just try to go back to school. That's the best information I got. Don't try to hide yourself away, because, you know, you're going to feed into your depression. You're going to feed into those emotions. Try to get out there. Get out of your comfort zone, because eventually you're going to get out of those emotions. And that's the best thing I have to suggest for you. And I'm moving on to my first year of high school, and that's pretty scary. And I've basically missed out on all my middle school years being homeschooled, and when I go back to high school, and that's a really difficult place to start off with. And I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone to move on to something better. and hoping to not cave into these emotions.
Yeah. Well, I really did enjoy my freshman year of high school. They were working on the roof, and I have really very sensitive ears, and I just heard these loud bangs, and my teacher let me go to the area where they weren't working on it, and just at that point when I heard those bangs, I just was about to cry at this point. I did not know what to do at this point, honestly. At that point I just wanted to just go home at this point, but can't do that.
You can't. Unfortunately, you can't ditch school. I wish it was possible on so many occasions.
Basically, yeah, it's just loud noise. It's just too much for me.
So, do you have anything else you want to say for kids who are experiencing the same thing? Any words of inspiration you would like to spread on the, kids who are struggling in life, whether it be from, mental health disorder, being on the spectrum in general? You got anything?
Oh yeah, here's another one that I pulled up. It says inappropriate social and interaction, poor eye contact, behavior, impulsivity, I think.
Yeah.
Impulsivity.
Yeah.
And it says repetitive movements, self-harm, or learning disability or speech delay in a child, intense interest of a limited number of things or problem paying attention, sensitive to sound or tick.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, you did just mention the sensitivity to sound thing. And also another reason why, most kids out there who don't understand, a person's perspective that's on the spectrum is they are impulsive, but they just want to let you know that they're there because they probably don't get attention very often. They either get it from close friends or they get it from family. So they just really want to let you know they're there and they want to speak to you and they want to let you be aware that they're there. So just give them that attention and make them feel good. If you ever have this kind of encounter, because I would definitely make their day. And being limited to liking a lot of things or understanding a lot of things, most of those things are stuff that normal kids don't like to do, like reading, but that's intellectual. That's why most autistic kids, they are just better at that stuff.
Okay, so to any kids that have autism and have like the same thing I like to do, just like to the people that just want to make fun of you about it, don't listen to them. Just go to the people that like trust you and kind of have the same thing you have, and they understand you. Just do that.
Turn to people who understand you. And if that's not working out, try to make people understand. Like, try to talk with them on a molecular level and just try to make them understand what you're going through. And maybe they will. Some people, such as me and Zavien, which is why we're making this awareness video, will reach out and listen to you. And, we care about what you think, what you have to say, and how you feel. That's why we're making this video. So if you can find other people like that, and there are other people like that in the world, reach out to those people. And yeah, sure, turn to those people who have the same conditions because they will understand better than anybody else.
You can even talk to your parents too about it too.
Parents, no matter what problem you have, your parents will always love you. And that's the greatest part about having a mother or a father, whether divorced, split up, together, married, dating. It doesn't matter. Those parents, they had you, and that was basically their life goal once having you is to make sure that you're taken care of. And for some kids who don't have that, it is really difficult. For instance, my parents are divorced. My dad's in Hawaii. My mom is living here with me. It's a difficult situation, but I still know deep down in my heart that they both love me. And Zavien and your parents, they've been there for you for your whole life. And, I'm sure they've comforted you when you had certain situations where kids made fun of you and everything. You want to share those experiences and, why your mom and dad mean so much to you?
It's really hard to remember because I had like a lot of problems like in elementary school, but it's just hard to remember them, honestly, because it's been a long time.
You got anything that you want to say, as a message to other kids as moms and dads, and as well as your own, like a little love letter?
Mm-hmm. Well, pretty much, I appreciate my parents taking me to these places that I like, and I appreciate them getting me things, and I'm just glad that they love and care for me.
It's the greatest thing that a parent can offer you is their love, and that's what every parent should offer their children. And if they don't, those parents just weren't fit to be parents. Kids who are in foster homes or is still struggling to try to find that certain someone that you could call mom or dad, you will one day. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, there's always that person out there. There's a person out there for everybody that will love you. And you just got to keep looking because one day you will find it, but, that's the best part about parents is that they always know how to show you their love.
Like Hayden said, just like if those parents don't love you, they just don't love you. And you'll just get put into the system and for the foster care and, and parents will adopt you that actually care for you.
There's always that certain pair, that certain someone that will care for you because there's a lot of bad people in this world, negativity in this world, and that may all be true, but there's still a lot of good-hearted people in this world, and that's where you can't give up, because there are those people.
That's pretty much all I have to say.
All I have to say is you gotta keep your head up. Sooner or later, me and Zavien may do a part 2, and maybe we can get some, like, kids on the line, whether they're on Snapchat through social media or, on a personal level. Maybe we could do personal interviews and, what they go through, and we express how, we coped with our things, and maybe we could do that for a video, but only the future will tell. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope a lot of kids who needed it saw this video, because that's the whole point of this video, is just to reach out and raise awareness for these conditions and these kids out there that you really got to be aware of, because there are kids out there and you may not even know it, but you may be hurting a kid because that's just how they feel. Some kids are sensitive, especially if they have anxiety, depression, ADHD, ADD. So just make sure that you're aware, and if you see a kid out there that needs help, or you know of a kid out there that needs help, just be the bigger person and go help them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Zavien, you want to do the outro for me?
You can subscribe to both of us. We would really appreciate it. I am very close to 1,000 subscribers, so if you would subscribe to me, I would really appreciate it.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure once you get to 1,000, they start monetizing you, right? Like money.
Yeah, you start getting paid.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. So if he is so close, guys. So I know I don't have many people on this side of the channel, but if you could channel and subscribe, he is so close, and I'd love to see him get to 1,000, because I'm sure he can do it, and I'm sure you guys can help him get to that point. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for both of us. And if you guys want more videos like this to raise awareness to anything, let me know in the comments down below. Go message me on my Facebook or Instagram. Zavien, thank you so much for joining me. This was an awesome adventure. This took a little while to plan, and I'm so glad we're finally here and we're doing it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.